The court executive for the specially appointed judge tells me it is highly unlikely that Judge Francis Gall will decide today whether or not to have those documents in question unsealed. South Bend police have identified the victim as 23-year-old Zachary Claxton of Edwardsburg. Over 24 election workers, they are filling the council chambers, and they've been here since about 8 o'clock this morning. Jackie was somebody with whom I semi-regularly interacted for stories, and we could bond over at least 3 or 4 things. We both are daughters of firefighters, both proud Riley High School graduates. Go Southeast Side. And she also worked in the business like Terry and everyone else has been telling you for the last hour and a half. And so it was nice to sometimes talk shop. It's a mix of peace and surreality because it's hard to believe it's been, 8 days since this tragedy. It really rocked our community. But even if we don't own a Hyundai or a Kia, we're still at risk of getting our vehicles stolen. We're going to have to wait until September 10th for the South Bend Detroit flights to start up again, with the airport CEO telling me he wants to see more than just one daily flight going to the Motor City. Chuck, you're right on the money with the word parking lot, because you give Irish fans a parking lot and they are going to know how to throw a party and party hard.
So, all right. Now, if only we could see your feet, we'd have the full Michael Jackson effect. So
just kidding. Christy, I'm just trying to make some moves because I don't know if I can get to the gym later. And this is like a thing of beauty. And if you think I'm being dramatic, I mean, talk about the detours that we've had to take to get to the Grape Road area for the last several months. Right on cue, the cars coming down this 4 lanes of Douglas. And Joe Hart says that they are currently in the process of going through fan surveys to see what other kind of amenities they might add to Four Winds Field in the future. Reporting from South Bend, I'm Maria Catanzarite for 16 News Now.
An ongoing investigation into landmark recovery. We hope you're safe. I'm Joshua Shore.
And I'm Lauren Moss. In the last couple of hours, state health officials confirmed to our team there's an open investigation into that rehab center in Mishawaka.
Yeah, this development comes just hours after another former patient actually reached out to our team, who says living at the facility was worse than being in jail.
Our Maria Catanzarite joins us from the newsroom with new details on more fallout at landmark recovery. So Maria, what can you tell us?
Lauren and Josh, Cheyenne Gross tells me that she reached out to us after seeing last night's story, in which we interviewed a former patient, a fellow patient at Landmark Recovery, who Cheyenne says this was the man whom she claims prevented her from getting stabbed back in January. Cheyenne Gross is still gripped with questions about her month at Landmark Recovery.
I would have rather stayed in jail than to go to rehab. I just don't get how people are supposed to come in there and get better when they're leaving with more trauma when they walked in than they left.
The trauma for Gross, she says, witnessing the knife that she claims was intended for her and her boyfriend in early January that instead sliced fellow former patient Tim Miller.
That Sunday night, I remember it was a Sunday night,
who reached out and shared his account with 16 News Now on Tuesday.
I didn't think I was going to make it out, to be honest.
About the embattled Mishawaka facility that's being investigated by St. Joe County Police after over 100 police calls since the new year, including documented rape cases, overdoses, death investigations, plus that January 8th stabbing that left Tim Miller with a scar on his chest, and Cheyenne Gross, an alleged almost victim, scarred herself.
So I don't understand, how is it just now hitting the news? And it bothers me because when I had to watch that video of Tim, it's traumatizing to me because I stood right there when it happened. And it happened to this poor old man. All because there's no structure.
But after the stabbing, Gross says she had to stay in rehab to avoid jail time and willed herself through Landmark's program.
We didn't have to attend classes. I chose to.
Echoing allegations made by other former patients and staff that Landmark lacked structure and security.
There were drugs in there, and we all just assumed that they were getting high because they were literally going nuts.
Cheyenne graduated from treatment in Mishawaka and has since maintained her sobriety. Still,
I want more people to reach out about this story, about Landmark, because if they don't reach out, then how is anything going to be ever done about it?
But from those trials, the glimmers for Gross were some of the connections she made at Landmark with others also trying to heal, like Tim Miller, whom she hasn't seen since the January stabbing that she says could have been her.
Appreciate him a lot, and if he sees this, I would love for him to reach out to me. I would love it.
And today I reached out to Landmark Recovery and still have not heard back from them regarding some of the claims that other patients have made and to see about their progress of possibly ever readmitting new patients.
It's the end of an era at the Cass County Sheriff's Office where its first bloodhound canine, Nellie, retired today.
Maria Catanzarite was there for the big celebration. Take a look.
Sit, sit, high five. There. Good girl.
Some celebrities are known for their physical features.
I don't have any more.
You know, their eyes, their legs.
So she can go about a mile.
In this case,
Nose works way too good.
that nozzle and those irresistible wrinkles are why everyone, even four-legged friends,
Baxter is in love with her.
want a piece of Cass County Sheriff's canine Nellie the Bloodhound.
I love you, Al. I love you, Al.
A star, but also a lifesaver in southwestern Michigan, even across the state line.
St. Joe County Sheriff Redmond is called saying, can we get some help? And by all means, we send Nellie their way. And Mishawaka PD, she went down and helped them last year with a search.
But on Wednesday, her working nose coming to a close. The department's first bloodhound retiring after over 9 years of service.
475 calls for service, 211 deployments, 83 assists and fines, and 770 public relations events. I think she does more than me.
By Nellie's side every search of the way, her handler, her mom, Cass County Sheriff's Deputy Tiffany Graves.
It is cleaning up after a child. And her nose just keeps going and going and going and going.
Graves has had Nellie since she was just 2 months old.
Losing her as a trailing certified canine is the tough part because she's my go-to girl. She's the one I get out first because I know she's tried and true. She's steady.
And steady good at bridging the gap between the police and the public, like here in 2017.
Hi, guys. How are you?
When Liebrook Elementary in Eau Claire adopted Deputy Graves and Canine Nellie.
I know sometimes when I walk into restaurants, I'll hear moms and dads going, "You behave or that cop will take you to jail." That is not true. Okay, we are your friends.
Kids come running to the dog and they want to see the dog, and they all can relate to the dog, and then that gives us the opportunity to relate with the kids, and it creates a great positive atmosphere.
So they need to know that not only do we do good things and help people, yes, there are bad police officers out there, there's bad people everywhere, but they can grow up and help people too. And that's what Nellie has helped me do, is show unity and bring everybody together.
An entire region rallying around Nellie and Deputy Graves.
Everybody that has just shown us so much love and support over the years. Nellie's become a rock star because of you guys, and I just want to say thank you.
In Cass County, I'm Maria Catanzarite for 16 News Now.